Hey everybody, Morgan SLV here. Long time no see. Today's date 12/8/2011. Gold 1714, silver 3181. Hey guys, it's good to talk to you. What's happening in my little world is, we've had some health issues with my parents, and some things have changed, and so the role that I've often thought about, starting to happen. In other words, kind of watching over them a little bit. It's been real interesting. I'll tell you what people's views are on taking care of their parents. My views are quite a bit different than the rest of my family's. They're mostly in the dark about what I talk about. They're mostly in the dark about the coming either coming economic collapse or the way things are going to be possibly in a couple of years, and how different things are going to be from that point going forward. I've got to be honest with you. For people that don't study, I just there's nothing I can say. I have to be honest. It shocks me how many people I can ask what happened in last night's ball game, whatever game that might be, but they don't know what the heck's going on. They don't know who Bernanke is. They don't know what the Federal Reserve is. They don't know what precious metals are. They don't know the difference between spot and a hole in the ground. And so it concerns me. But you know what? I have been, it's kind of strange, for a while I was putting out maybe a couple videos a week, and then I stopped, but I never stopped warning people. I warn everybody, that I can, and it's just the way I'm built. A couple things I want to talk about. Paul Krugman, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of him. So, some of what he's stating is that we're going to need that the Fed's going to need to create $8 to $10 trillion, fiat currency to see us through this impending recession, depression, whatever you want to call it. And this guy, is supposedly educated, and I just have here in parentheses, holy crap. If that happens, man, I mean, it's you better have studied. You better put away your food and water, and I've done neither of those to the extent that I need to. But we have bought our metals, and I think we've got just about all we're going to get. I was talking about inflation, and with a partner of mine, possible 10% in the next year or two. I've read and heard statements, and of course, if you try to get the actual news from the news as far as what our inflation rate is, they never give you the truth anyway. The numbers are all either inflated or deflated, depending on what they're talking about, whether it's unemployment or inflation or deflation, or I don't trust them at all. And one of the guys that I was listening to says, he doesn't believe we're going to go into hyperinflation. He goes, but he could see 100% inflation for 3 or 4 years in a row. My question to you is, what he was stating is that most of the damage will be done between 20 to 50% inflation, maybe, or 20 or 30% inflation. Most of your investments will be so hard hit, as far as your 401ks and that type of thing. They'll be so hard hit that you'll have lost most of everything anyway, and from that point forward, you're just kind of numb to the whole deal. And what we have left, right? And so that I warned a partner of mine. I've talked about him before. He's got kind of money stuffed in a sock drawer, and I said, man, take 10% of it and put it in silver and just hang on, right? I mean, I'd hate to see something happen like Obama get reelected, and then people with the same mindset as maybe Krugman or Bernanke get in there and just print us into oblivion. And what have you got left? Those dollars that you have sitting in your closet or whatever, they may be worthless. And so it panics me. I got to be honest with you. And there's a few people that I'm real tight with that I get to talk to on a daily basis, and that's kind of what I've been doing. In every tragedy there is opportunity, right? Every dark cloud has a silver lining. I believe that. And so if you prepare now, fortunately or unfortunately for us, the people in my age bracket, we're gonna be around to see this thing through. And so if you get on the right side of the fence right now, you're gonna have a chance to possibly be doing better on the other side. Holy smokes, that would be different, right? Actually, think about it. If we were to go through this scary time, and maybe 10 years down the road or so, you might be doing better than you're doing right now. And that would be neat, right? You'd be able to help the people you know and love, and that's a great thing. As far as what I've been doing, been working on an ebook, and I don't know that anybody will even buy it. I don't know that anybody even interested in it, but I know that it's how we saved our home. It's how we're still in our home. It is what has given me the decision for the last year and a half, of whether or not I want to keep this home, walk away from this home. I'm really upside down on this particular property. I have one other property that's paid off. And, it's kind of like you got to have somewhere to live, but based on what I've done with my son's business, my son and I and my wife, we've been given a chance to say, yes, we'll go ahead and flush our credit rating, or no, we won't. And so I'm thinking people will be interested in that because, we're real sticklers about paying our bills, man. I know that's an unpopular sentiment right now, but that's really how we feel. We like to pay our bills. I've sold no metal, sold no precious metal, and trust me, the temptation is always there to maybe go on a nice vacation or buy a new car or something like that, and we haven't done that. Race car is still down. I bought some big carbs for it, but we haven't even put them on yet. I'm not even going to spend the hundreds of dollars or a couple $100s that it's going to take to put that back together at this point. I just have here is just get prepared. Just be prepared. Study up. It looks like DaVinci J15 has been putting out a few more videos, which I always enjoy those. Silver Futurist, Peter Schiff, Robert Kiyosaki, Mike Maloney. I'd read or watch whatever you can by some of those guys. Jim Rogers, another guy I pay attention to. So that's really, how I've been doing it. All right, joke of the day. So a blonde walks into a library, walks up to the librarian there and says, I'll have a cheeseburger, a large chocolate milkshake, and a French fry. And the gal behind the counter there kind of takes her glasses off her nose a little bit and says, sweetheart, you're in a library. So the blonde kind of looks around for a second, sort of confused, and says, I'll have a cheeseburger, a chocolate milkshake, and French fries. Morgan, SLV, out.